uterus and bladder. And I'll keep the urinary system here because, I mean, it's relevant because the uterus is on top of the bladder. For that. Okay, so let's start with the ovaries and stuff. Okay, so here, this is all your broad ligament, all this stuff here. That's all the broad ligament holding everything together. So I mean, even though your ovary and your fallopian tube aren't right next to each other, it's still, there are so many ligaments holding it right next to each other that when you ovulate out, you almost always do pull the egg into the fallopian tube. So there's the broad ligament. And then this is the ovary. And I'm gonna make it transparent because I think you can see the follicles inside. So, and things. So there. So these are corpus luteum. So this is the remnants of her follicle that she just ovulated. So that's corpus luteum. She has more on the other side, so I'll open that up in a bit. Actually, let's just go ahead and do that. So where am I looking? Okay,
That means she's younger, right? If she was still ovulating.
Yep. I know 4 of them are in their 30s. One guy's like in his 80s or 90s. So she's in her 30s. Yeah. There it is. So here's her ovary. I'll make that one transparent too. And here, she has even more corpus luteum. So here's what my guess is I bet this month she ovulated out of this egg, and last month she ovulated out of this one. Because that's, the corpus luteum is degrading away, and this one's much more present. And she might have ovulated, maybe, that's definitely one, but maybe those are 2 more. Maybe she ovulated more than 1 egg, don't know. But there is that. The ligament going to the uterus is the ovarian ligament there. And then this is the round ligament. Round ligament goes from the uterus down to labia majora. I don't know why it is, but it is. They don't show this is, oh wait, no, right here, I see it. This is suspensory ligament. So ovarian ligament and suspensory ligament. Ovarian ligament goes to the uterus. Suspensory ligament goes to the abdominal wall. And then, here's her fallopian tube. That. What's this? Oh, that's the suspensory ligament of the ovary. Okay. And there's the uterine tube. And then we go into the uterus here. So let's see if we can do like a top down, because her uterus is flat here. If we do a top down dissection, this might be bottom up. It's gonna be bottom up, but that'll work. So now if we go inside the uterus, it's hard to see. First of all, the uterus is not like a big open cavity when you're not pregnant. It's like, it's open, but it's like squished, like that. And then what was that thing I just saw? What's this? A cyst. So she has a cyst in there. So anyways, it's hard to get an exact good angle from the inside, but I mean, here would be fundus, body, cervix, and then it's hard to make up the layers from this, so I'll go on. Okay. Let me just reset my angles. Okay, so here's the uterus. Your fallopian tube goes in, ovarian ligament attached the egg, ovary to it, and the round ligament goes to labia majora for some reason. I don't even know why. And then this is the vagina. Again, when there's no penis, tampon, or baby in there, it's not like open cavity, it's squished a little bit. That's why yours is flattened there. It will expand during intercourse and expand during childbirth. You do have ligaments holding the vagina in place. So here's, this is uterosacral ligament, goes from this uterus to the sacrum. And these are ligaments holding the vagina in place. And then, I think it's because it's so flat, we're not gonna see anything on the inside. I can try. I think since it's flat, I'll do a sagittal section. I don't think there's anything to, we'll be able to actually make out. And no, it's too flat to see. Okay, and then we get down to your vulva and external genitalia. So they're in urethra, vagina. Okay, so here, this is labia majora. They don't have the mons pubis on here, but there'd be fat pad right up at the top there. Here's labia majora, get rid of that. Here's labia minora. So, and then above, so if I make it transparent, the part, and then here's the clitoris. So the part of the labia minora above the clitoris is your prepuce. I'll go back to labia minora, you can get it, if it'll let me. There, okay, there's labia minora. Getting rid of that. So labia minora, here, prepuce or clitoral hood is this. And then, this is the clitoris. Women tend to only know about this part. That's a part that you see sticking out right there. And then, but you have the crust inside the body. So the clitoris is literally the same tissue as your corpus cavernosa, hence why you also have the crusts that go out to the sides. So that is clitoris. And then these are vestibular bulbs. They are literally the same thing as a bulb of the penis. So it's part of your corpus spongiosum. And both your clitoris and your vestibular bulbs become engulfed with blood. They can become bigger and hard when you are aroused. There. So there's the urethral orifice, and there's a vaginal orifice. There. Those are some periurethral gland ducts. They just produce the fluid, the moisture that's in the vestibule. That's it. So, and then you have also, you have this and this, which is both part of the corpus spongiosum. No, this is the bulb of the penis, and these are glands that also produce mucus. So that's it on the woman. And then I'll get out the cats.